So this is a fishing rod that we are going to use as an antenna. It's 7 meters long. It's not very expensive. It was bought for about 10 or 13 euros. So this material is just like a strong plastic, and we're going to use a peak to install it inside the floor. And like this, it's going to create what we need for our garden. So a strong captain of energy. In addition, we are going to put a spiral at the very top of our 7 meters rod, and we're going to put an iron wire that goes from the top down into the ground, and we're going to put it really down inside the ground, about 20 or 30 centimeters deep, so that it can bring the energy from the top. So the ions go down and the positive energy will go down, will be attracted to the negative poles of the floor, and it will charge our floor with more and more energy.
When we speak about electroculture, we are talking about subtle energies. We are talking about elements that are in the ionosphere, in the atmosphere, in the floor. You can have more technical or more easygoing explanations about it, but basically what we are doing is to capture certain subtle energy. And this subtle energy is going to influence positively the quality of your soil, that is extremely important, and how your plants are afterwards developing, blossoming, and giving fruits.
I have applied a spiral at the end of our antenna. Like this, we try to maximize the power of this antenna. We are going to try to have it up there as much as possible, even with bad weather. So that's why I put also a bit of tape to have it like safely installed up there and resistant. Because when there is a storm or thunders and lightnings, that's the best time, because there is a huge concentration of energy in the atmosphere, and that's when we want to capture it even more and bring it down to our vegetables.
So simple, the fishing rods with a string of copper or aluminium or mixed together to capture the energy. The higher you go, you have more and more energy, and it's projected into the floor.
So once we have installed the spiral, you have two options. If you want, some people do it like this, you can attach more spirals to the top of your rod, your antenna. In our case now, we're going to leave it with one. You need to use another wire. In this case, we're going to use aluminum wire, not very thick, because we are going to go all the way long from the antenna, from the top, until the floor. So make sure you have something that is very long. In this case, we bought this roll of wire. It's 50 meters, so as our rods are going to be antennas of 7 meters of height, it's going to be enough. And it's very cheap. This material you can find in any construction market, and it will not cost you more than 5 euros, maybe 6. And that will allow you already to finish the process of the antenna. We need to establish a contact, physical contact, because the materials that these antennae are made of, the spiral and the wire, are semiconductors. So this spiral here is a combination of aluminium and copper that will be in contact totally with the wire that will go to the floor. And now, once you start here, you just need to make turns around the antenna, around the top of the spiral, and then we will put it down. We know that the plants are in contact with their environment very, very much. They cannot move, so therefore they need to have a relation with the place they are. They have a relation through the roots with the floor, with some nutrients and water, and through the leaves with the outside. It is demonstrated that the plants perceive small and subtle changes in the electromagnetic energies or in the electromagnetic fields that they have around. Because the copper, the iron, the aluminium that we present and other people present are able to capture and share, let's say, or transmit this energy, the plants will benefit from it. The results of electroculture, they are noticeable even now, beginning of June. We have here one of our antennas, and you can see that the corns that are on this side where we have the wire going, the original wire going in this direction, they are growing bigger. Already the plants have a very good shape, they look very healthy, and we haven't found any pests in this area. As you can see, these corn plants, they are still small, healthy still, in a good evolution, but normal for the period. Nothing exceptional. This one is a bit bigger, but you can see they are all of them this size, quite small. But if we go to the other side, where we have a bigger influence, you can see the size of these corns. The ones that are the closest to the antenna, they are already much bigger. And all this area here, you can notice a big difference. This greenhouse is totally organic. We use mulch, we use companion planting, and we use electroculture. Yes, we have one antenna that is outside, and the wire that we use to go to the floor, we make it go until this greenhouse. As you can see, the size of our tomato plants is very good. Now, beginning of June, we have this size, which is approximately 1 meter 30, 1 meter even 40, some of them, and they are giving us fruit. They start to blossom and to create fruit, the tomatoes. That is a very good sign that our electroculture method is working very well. At the same time, we have different types of tomatoes that are growing in perfect conditions, and we haven't found one sign of pests or fungi. This is very interesting. We have here our little field of kales. On the side we have mint. What I'm going to show you now is that in the whole area that you are seeing now, which is under the influence of the wire that we are using for the antenna of electroculture, we have no pests at all. Our kales are extremely happy with no pests. While we are very close to a tree, we are very close to wilderness, just there on the other side. But our area is free from pests. We don't use pesticides, we don't use chemicals, we don't remove them manually here. What we have is the influence of the electroculture. Very interesting. In this area, we don't have anymore the influence of our electroculture antenna. The wire didn't reach this part. And as you can see, we have here our crops are being attacked by pests. You can notice by all these holes. Hello, Bruce. This is Bruce, one of our little puppies. He's very, very cute. Here as well, you can see this radish has been attacked. We have our zucchini plants very close to this antenna. You can see that the size of the plants is fantastic. They grew very well in very little time, and their size, their health are very good. They even started to give us zucchinis, lots of them, big size and very delicious. Now I'm going to show you the other zucchinis we have farther away from the influence of the antenna. Come with me. These zucchini plants were planted at the same time, in the same day, by the same people, under the same conditions, but their size is smaller. They are still healthy because we have a look and we take a good care of them, but you can see clearly that the influence of the electroculture, which is the only thing we have done differently from one plant to the other, is creating a different pattern of growth. We also have some zucchinis, but they are smaller. You can also see here our crops from last season, also done with methods of electroculture. This method provided us with a big yield, and we could eat for months and months delicious food and delicious vegetables. Electroculture is a fantastic method, cheap and efficient, and it can make a real revolution in your gardening and in your plate.